Day 2! Can you even see my hand? Day 2!
Spooky Weirdos, I'm Rev.
And she has exploded in the package, so that's gonna be fun to clean up. Please don't rain on my project.
I stuck these outside to dry. What the hell? And welcome to my world of cosplay shenaniganery.
It is about 11:50, and I have already been pretty productive today. I put away my clean laundry, put another load of laundry in, I walked the dog, I had breakfast, I've made lunch, I've done lots of things. And now it is commission costume time. Plan for today, get as much of the tights done as possible. And yes, I am procrastinating on my 2 coats because I don't have the exact measurements that I want for both coats, so I'm going to send out the email and get that done because they only have their basic bust, waist, and hip measurements, as well as height to get a general idea of the sizing. B, I am procrastinating on these coats because the biggest reference I was going to use for the coats is in storage. I was going to use my Hellboy coat because he actually almost perfectly would fit my client for the red coat.
Hellboy jacket. But this jacket I found at a thrift store during Halloween under 12 bucks.
However, Hellboy did not get pulled out of the box like I thought he did in the very bottom of the stack in the storage unit. So I would much rather wait on making the coat until I have like 3 series days to super focus on it with the reference coat that I want, rather than trying to BS my way through it when I have a decent reference. Oh, and also, if you're wondering, I can't get stuff out of the storage unit by myself very easily because everything is stacked at least 2 feet above my head, if not more, because I am a small bean. Sable and my bestie, who are both more average height, were the ones who stacked everything up, so they were stacking everything above their heads. So just about everything in my storage unit is untouchable until I get everything moved out. I be stucking. So for today, the plan is to re-dye the tights because they simply aren't dark enough. I might have to make this a little darker than I was really planning because this spot is not lightening up the way I was hoping. So yes, I will be wearing the same clothes I was wearing yesterday because they are the clothing I wear for dyeing fabric. We wear black when we dye fabrics. Or clothes that you don't care about, but I normally wear black. For these things, I gotta wash out whatever will wash out because we've got some weird discoloration from the work I did yesterday. That should all come out because it's just from the paint foaming. Hopefully. So I'll wash that out, and then with the tights wet, I'll be able to do another gradient dye on it. The plan is to dunk it almost all in except for the little bitty bit that is the bright pink. Wait like 20 seconds, pull up a couple inches, wait another 20 to 30 seconds, pull up a couple inches until we have a full gradient dye, let it dry, and see how it comes out. Wish me luck. We pray to the costume gods. Also gonna work on the detailing of the tights now because the tights are almost done with dyeing. My soul. As soon as they're done being properly colored, then I can add the black mesh and black spandex and gold accents on all of this. They're also going to be attached to a pair of nylon tights so that it's all one big piece, and they can easily be pulled up and tucked under the shorts and then stay under the shorts and have the stockings not be sliding down. That's a ways away. Let's do dyeing fabric today. Boiling water, salt for flavor, and science! Purple Rit dye, black Rit dye. Need to add more purple, then black, just a little bit of black. Woo, steamy. Mix well. So steamy. That's what I like. Dunk. a 30-second timer. Go. Go. We go. Alrighty, tights re-dyed. Looks like, because they're almost dry now after being in the hot sun, that I'm gonna have to go with like a full solid black dye because they're not getting dark enough. Yeah, that's gonna need a darker wash. Sad day. Alright, that definitely looks a lot more promising. The anxiety that I feel from having just done purple dye and now I need to go to a costume that needs to stay pure white, it's real. I'm terrified. I also washed all the fabrics for the white coat for a second time, so those will sit outside and dry today. White coat fabrics. Hopefully they'll actually dry out here. More fabric for the white coat. There's a lot of fabric. I actually managed to find enough at the thrift stores for this one. And I still have to get the red fabric from my prior roommate. That's a Thursday problem. I did some adulting with doctor emails and phone calls. And I messaged and answered emails for all of my commissions. I have 4 right now. I just had another submission put through on my website. I have not looked at that one yet because I plan to sit down and hand sew a thing now so I can chill for a bit because it is just, let's see, it is 2:10 and I need a little break because I've been going and I've pretty much worked on 3 commissions today already. Craziness! And I might get a 5th one in within the next week if this submission goes through. Now that the knee and shin pieces are all dry from drying overnight and they look pretty and smooth, we get to why I put so much access on the outside of these. And it's because I plan to hand sew the back since I don't have my contact cement. This also allows for the material to still have a lot more give and be more stretchy, especially since this part is going to be sitting on the wearer's knee. So if I have fabric and stitches there, more movement is allowed as compared to putting something like hot glue or any kind of adhesive that stiffens the product. So now I'm going to sit down and watch TV, hand sew pretty much until dinner. And there goes my voice. Yep, still a little sick. Anybody up for Willy Wonka? Yes, I want to make that purple coat. The thing is, I have to find the right kind of purple velvet, because that purple is very specific and a very certain type of texture and fold and grain and oh my goodness. But it's beautiful, and I want to make his bow tie and his vest too. There are too many costumes to make. Day 3. Ploof. Let's get a look at what I finished by the end of the day yesterday. The tights are dyed again. For some reason, that part did not dye on either one. What is that? So I'm going to have to do those sections by hand, but this color gradient looks a lot more like what I'm going for. Still acting weird. Not exactly sure what's going on. Gravity is probably the problem. I've also hand sewed this sucker. Sewn it, not all the way. Almost done. Back, not super pretty, but we're not going to see the back, so that's fine. It also gives me the option to sew this to the tights rather than gluing them. That way, the section that's on the knee has more bend and movement and more comfort, I would hope. That one is still not done. Haven't done anything to that one since gluing. And now to explain why I haven't gotten a whole lot done since the last time you saw stuff, as well as I didn't do an update by the end of the day, because my sickiness, my cold, has hit me like a truck again. I guess I overexerted myself yesterday, did way too much, and my body said, nah, lay down, dumbass. So I had dinner and spent time with my family. Then Sable and I watched a couple episodes of his Dark Materials, and then I had to go to bed. But not after watching some more crafting videos. I'm still trying to keep my brain in crafty mode, even though my body isn't up for it at the moment. That way, when my body is, I can jump right back into it. But I'm gonna spend most of today resting. I already took a bath to try to help with the body aches. I already took about an hour nap before lunch. I've had lunch. I might be taking another nap. The only thing I might do is some hand sewing because I can do that while sitting. Anything that I get done today, I am going to make sure I have to sit down and chill for it. So also video editing will probably be within that for today. Aside from grocery shopping. I don't want to go grocery shopping, but I kind of need to. I have a long day tomorrow of appointments and errands to run, and grocery shopping is not on that list. And everything has to be done before noon. So, it'd be better to get it done today. And watching me, and my voice is slowly going. That's happening too. I woke up with no voice whatsoever this morning. However, there is something I want to address in this video since I'm not making a whole lot of progress on physical projects for you for day 3. So, to the basement we go. This is a box. This is Lucy Lacemaker in a box. That's her tail. And then that's all the extra fur in order for me to make her bodysuit. Now I'm going to close this now because that crinkly bag is driving me nuts with those noises, and I know it'll be way worse when editing videos. Oy! Shut up, Lucy! Nobody wants to hear your crinkly bag. I know people want me to make the bodysuit. I've been getting a lot of comments about people wanting to see Lucy finished. I've been running into a lot of issues with getting this done. I make costume commissions, and a lot of them. Last year, I made almost 2 costumes per month, and I'm trying to limit that this year. And for Lucy, she's my personal project. I'm not getting paid to make this thing. Yes, Fenna has given me permission to make the costume, and legally I'm allowed to make it. Legally, I'm not allowed to sell any of his characters. Another thing is it's very hot right now. It's about 90 degrees or more every single day, and fur gets very warm while you're working with it, and especially when it's in your lap and you're hand sewing it all day. So Lucy is a winter project, as well as I have to have my own personal time to work on her in between my multiple jobs, costumes, and a couple of day jobs and various pet sitting jobs. So, if you would like to see Lucy get worked on and hopefully finished, please help get my YouTube channel monetized, as well as get my Patreon full on rolling, and whatever other platforms you deem worthy of following me on. Costumes becoming my full-time job is the plan, and once we get to that point, I can regularly spend more time building my personal projects. I've been getting plenty of comments about a whole bunch of projects that I have tucked away that are my personal projects that I have not been working on, because commissions come first. And if my YouTube channel is monetized, then I can take on fewer commissions and do more personal projects. That's how that works. Day 4! It is Thursday. It is just after 2 o'clock. I've run my errands. I've acquired a haircut, and I've acquired some packages with commission project stuff inside from my previous roommates. Stuck. Stop sticking. Open. Red fabric. Red fabric. I think this one's supposed to be darker. Maybe it's that one. Resting almost all day yesterday was actually a really good idea. I believe my issue was having the combination of a concussion, a cold, overstressed, and overworked all in one for the past couple weeks was not good for my body. And it keeps giving me times where it's like, yeah, you're done, take a break. I am back up and going again today, so hopefully I am over most of this BS. And my body can finally handle doing things. Now, it is time to get more of these frickin' tights done. This needs to be washed and get whatever extra dye is in there out. And then I'm going to have to sew it as is and hand paint whatever else other coloring that it needs fixed. Probably like this section, unless this extra darkness does wash out, which it might, because this is honestly not holding color as well as I had hoped it would. I'd even gotten the synthetic dye. This fabric simply is being picky. So hand coloring might very likely be the situation I'm looking at. We'll get to it. The main idea for today is to hand sew this completely, and possibly, if that dries fast enough outside in the sun, I can get the black mesh and black spandex sections sewn in. That way I can see better what sections I will need to hand paint. But the main idea is to hand sew these, make sure that they are done, ready to be attached to the tights. So, watching some Kira Lee, some Rudolph, some Bernadette Banner, probably listening to a couple podcasts until this is done, and then I can start mapping out all the other things. More paper patterns to come. I also must wash all the things that are in here, because this is all fabric, and it's all red fabric for the red coat. Nothing else. So that's going in the washing machine today. Let's get to some projects! They look very similar right now. We'll see how they turn out after they've been washed and we have them out in sunlight where I can see what the color actually is. And for those of you who are curious how I wash my fabrics, I am actually personally allergic to the largest majority of I am personally allergic to the largest majority of laundry detergents. So, distilled white vinegar. We have a large bottle, but I use the little bottle for laundry to make it easier so that I don't pour too much in. No, the smell for vinegar does not stick around after washing, and this works really well for sanitization, especially with like thrift store items. Really helps get rid of any perfume smells or body odor or anything like that, especially since you don't know exactly where the thrift stuff came from. Good sanitization stuff that I'm not allergic to. And while you could wash with only vinegar and it would be perfectly fine, I also include, because this is one of the few soaps I'm not allergic to. I find that it smells good and the smell isn't unbelievably overpowering, as well as this shampoo will soften some fabrics, especially if you wash it multiple times. And most of these baby shampoos are free of sulfate dyes and can you pronounce that last word? Neither can I. Say hello to the basement sink, what I call the mess sink. Hot water. Dawn. And my weapon of choice for washing out excess dye is Dawn dish soap. Very gentle, but also really good at getting other things clean. We love this soap, especially since I'm not allergic to it. And we dunk the same way we dunked them before. One-handed. Okay, I need two hands. And now, they get to suffer in the summer heat. Boo ha ha ha. I also have 3 more commission requests going through, and all of them seem pretty comfortable with my very quick, rough estimate. Now I have to work on making them all their more exact estimates of what their commission is really going to cost. The thing is, if I get these 3 more in and I'm already working on 4, how many is that? 7. And I have 1 more who's on the fence, so this could be 8 commissions in... This could be 8 commissions in the duration of 2 months. 4 costumes a month. Pray to the costume gods for me. This is the good news. This is the bad news. I opened the other packages for my red coat, and the buttons are like the perfect size. I thought I'd have to extend them just a little bit with clay or something, but no. These are exactly what I need. However, the belt buckles. That is the largest one. that is not going to work for this project. I either have to make a belt buckle, or I have to keep searching and try to find the right size, the right shape. Most of the ones that are the right size and shape are not the pronged ones. They're normally the woven kind. So I need to find the right size belt buckle with the little clippy part included. These, of course, will go in my stash. I can make plenty of use with them in other projects. Back in the bag.
I love all of my amazing weirdos. I am ever so grateful for all your subs, comms, thumbs, and those dings. And welcome to the madness.